Well, this is shocking news. It appears that President Trump actually has won the election and is going to be going and being the president again for another 4 years. This is actually shocking news even for me. I swore I thought Kamala Harris was going to win. But I want to kind of talk about this, because I was actually going to make a video on this regardless, but I was kind of waiting until the election stuff kind of, ended. So now that it's all ending, now let's go ahead and talk about this. But before I do, remember to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell. You guys can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. There you guys can keep up with some news-related stuff. Well, not news-related stuff, but like stuff in general on my channel. And I think that's pretty much all I have to say right now. So let's go ahead and talk about this. So President Trump, I tell you, he has probably some of the most mixed fan, service out. Well, fan, people out there. I'm trying to speak here and all that, but I'm just I'm just honestly so shocked here, but yeah, he has very mixed fan base and all that. That's kind of what I meant to say there and all that. But a lot of people do not like him. A lot of people do and all that. It's very, very mixed. And I don't know what other presidents throughout history have been like this, but I do know he's a big one. But I do know a lot of people really do not like him and do not want him to run. But it looks like we're going to be stuck with President Trump, for another 4 years. And honestly, I'm kind of glad about this. I really didn't want Kamala Harris or Trump to be running. But that's the problem. No, we only had really two people running, so it pretty much just felt like we were kind of just stuck with one or the other. And I think that's the problem, is a lot of people didn't like Trump probably either, but probably voted for him because, let's face it, the last 4 years, and all that have not been the greatest since the pandemic and all that. And I'm not going to say he handled the pandemic very well, because he did not. But I will say with him under, office, prices were down. Even with the COVID-19 pandemic, they were down. But yes, they were down and all that. But I'm sure it didn't help with prices going up. But they still never were as bad as they have been in the last couple of years. They've been awful. If you go to a grocery store or something, you're going to be paying a lot more for food and all that than you would have, a few years ago. That said, though, I don't feel like he's done a lot of he kind of, like I said, he did a pretty good job with the prices and all that. I will give him that. But saying he's the greatest president ever, I'm gonna say he's far probably from that. I don't know the history of the presidents very well, but I do know there were still some problems under Trump. For example, we had the insurance and all that still kind of sucks. It's actually gotten worse since he's been out of office, but he really hasn't done a lot to fix all that. Even with Barack Obama, made that whole Obamacare and all that. With them, I think the whole point of the Obamacare was to in my opinion, maybe some people see this differently. I think it was to keep people from mooching off of too much money and all that, but it ended up backfiring, and the Obamacare basically is costing people lots of money. Like, listen, my dad, for example, he only makes $16 an hour, which may seem like a lot of money. But trust me, it is not a lot of money, especially when you have to, like, pay out of pocket with doctor's bills and all that. And then you also have, you'll got to pay for groceries and all that, too. And then that's the thing, that the whole Obamacare thing ended up not working out, and that's something that Trump really didn't fix when he was in office. And I will say, too, I don't really like him running his mouth about, like, other countries like China and all that either, but I had to, we had to choose between either Kamala Harris or Trump, and people were probably like, well, we already know what the country was like under Trump, and considered Kamala Harris was Joe Biden's vice president, and all that, and we've seen how well that's been going. They probably were like, well, let's vote for Trump. We'll vote for Donald Trump, because at least I could bring the cost down and all that. It could bring the cost down and whatnot, but yeah, I will say, I don't think everything is going to get fixed. I still think we're going to deal with insurance problems and all that, but I'm happy at least he won. I'm not happy that we have him in office, because like I said, I don't think everything's going to get fixed, but I'd rather him be in office than Kamala Harris. Like I said, she was Joe Biden's vice president and has not done anything to fix anything. Everything's just been up in the air and all that. And honestly, I don't even know how freaking Joe... See, this is the thing. I will say this. I don't know how come, like, people were trying so hard to impeach Trump and all that, but, like, when it came to, Joe Biden and all that, Joe Biden basically is, in office and all that, and clearly the guy, he did not know where he was at. He was falling asleep. We seen him in debates. He was very not there and all that, like, and you could say that was kind of towards the end of the election, when the election was starting this year, but still, even before that, we've seen him do speeches and all that. He was having problems. I mean, I stumble across words too sometimes too, but I'm not a president either. I'm not running for president or anything like that, and that's the problem. And I'm just like I said, that's the thing though, is like, they were only attacking Trump, but like not like Biden and all that, and now they have said some stuff like Trump being a racist and all that. I don't know about that, but I will say though that that like they had no problem trying to impeach Trump, but not Biden. And yeah, Biden was definitely not able to run. And actually, he would have easily lost. Like, Trump would have easily won, and he would have easily lost if this election came up because of how bad it was. But they threw Kamala Harris in there at the last minute and all, trying to save the election and all that, but they really didn't do much. And Kamala Harris, let's be fair here. Kamala Harris is out there talking about, like, she's out there, like, trashing on Donald Trump, and she's also, like, and, like, putting blames on him about, like, prices going up and all that, and the economy is worse. And, well, actually, the economy was worse under him and all that, which was not even true. Yeah, we had the pandemic, but that kind of came out of nowhere. Nobody really saw that coming. Well, I mean, they saw it kind of coming, They saw it coming, a little bit, because it was spreading, like, that's why it's called, COVID-19, because they saw it coming, but they still didn't, know how bad it was going to be. I don't think they handled it the best. Like, I feel like, and by they, I mean him, I don't think he handled it the best by locking everybody in their homes, and not just locking people in their homes, but also, like, Also like, shutting down stores and all that and costing people jobs. Because like I said, some of these jobs in the past, I've said this, some of these jobs in the past have gone bankrupt and are still going bankrupt now because of the pandemic. But some of this too is also because the cost of crap is going way up and all that, which was something that was definitely not the case when he was under the office. Like he was in office and things were a lot better than they were. But I don't really care, honestly. I don't really care much about politics as it is. I will say I did vote for him, but that's only because my dad is a very, very big politic guy and all that, and I don't need to have an opinion. That's the thing, though. I hate people that do this, but they're like, you can't have an opinion because you didn't vote and all that. I didn't want to vote because I just don't care. I just don't care about politics. I really don't. I'm just not. It's like religion. I don't care about religion. I don't care about politics. That's why I don't go to church and all. I don't have a Bible, stuff. I just don't care, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care if other people, celebrate the stuff. I'm just not a person that really cares about the stuff that much, But that's just my opinion. And that's the thing, though, too. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to get salty and shit on people who voted for Trump and all that. But that's the thing, though. Apparently, he actually won very, very easily. And some people are going on there talking about how he cheated in the election and all that. Well, that's what people said about Joe Biden, too, cheating the election and all that to win the election. And some people are even commenting and replying to people that said that kind of stuff with Trump on Twitter. And I don't know about the cheating stuff and all that. Like, I don't know. I know I do know, like, Joe Biden and all that. I will say, Joe Biden, it took a long time to actually figure out if he or Trump won and all that. But Joe Biden I'll definitely say did win that one. I wouldn't be surprised if some states were kind of, cheating and all that, because some of them probably, some of them like counted their votes off very fast that year. I remember that. They counted they had their votes already and all that really quickly and all that. But I'm not gonna say that he couldn't have won, because technically, with Joe Biden and all that, technically, his mind was still not as bad as it was when he was running. When he was running, I felt like, when he was in office, I felt like Joe Biden's mind definitely was starting to go really fast. Because by the end of 2021, his mind was pretty bad. It was starting to get really bad and all that. I definitely will agree with people on saying that he probably did have dementia or something like that, because he was not doing very good. But yeah, Trump won and all that, and I'm sure Hollywood's gonna have a fit about that too. I'm just like, again, if you don't like the guy, that's fine, but don't be trashing on people and all for not liking something, Because I'm just like I said, it's an opinion. People have their own right, their own opinion. I'm not saying that because I'm glad Trump won. I'm saying that in general. Even when Joe Biden won, I did not like Joe Biden as a president. He was not a good one. But I wasn't going on and trashing on people who voted for him and all that. I didn't call people idiots and stupid, and stupid and idiots are the same thing, but I didn't call people names for voting for Joe, but that's the thing, though. That's kind of the reason why I don't like getting involved with politics much. I don't mind discussing them and giving out my opinion, but I just don't really care much about this stuff, but yeah, that's kind of pretty much what we have here. So it sounds like, basically Trump won, which I'm actually glad he did. Like I said, I'd rather have had another person in there besides him, that was better, because one thing is he's old. He's an older guy. I do think he's kind of getting too old to run. But also, also I feel like Donald Trump has also been kind of, has pissed some people off with some of the quotes he's been making, but. And I feel like, again, talking about China and all that feels like a bit too much. But like I said, Kamala Harris kind of has done that stuff too. Kamala Harris is obviously not as old as Trump. She's like, I think she's in her she in her 50s or her 60s. I can't remember how old she is, but she's not as old as Trump. Trump's like in his 80s, but I think he's in his 80s now, or he will be soon. But I guess that means he'll probably become the oldest president we've had so far. I was thinking it was going to be Joe Biden, but it looks like Trump might be the oldest. But speaking of presidents, I do want to mention this. I actually have not talked about this yet, but Jimmy Carter, I think is the president I'm thinking of. He actually is 100 years old now too, so he made it to 100. So congrats on him. He's actually the oldest living person who was a president, not in office. I mean, could you imagine having a 100-year-old person in the office? I don't know, but yeah, happy late birthday to Jimmy Carter. I mean, he's 100 years old. He's been 100 since October, I think, 1st. So, but that means though, like, Trump will be in his 80s when he gets out. I mean, he's probably going to be the oldest now. I think. I could be wrong. I don't remember how Joe Biden is, but I think Joe Biden was only a couple years older than Trump. So I don't know. But yeah, I do kind of wish we had a better person in there than Trump, but I pick Trump over Joe Biden. Not Joe Biden, I mean Kamala Harris. Sorry, Kamala Harris. Because some of the stuff she's been saying and all that, and she's also like been. If you've seen some videos of things she's done and all that, she's been talking about, like, she's kind of gone back and forth on things. So clearly she kind of didn't know what she was talking about either and all that. Well. And I mean, there's even one video I saw on YouTube, which I'm surprised YouTube didn't censor this, because YouTube's been doing that. But she made a video on like, they're talking about like pot and all that, and I'm just like, she's talking about, I think it was pot. It wasn't marijuana. I think marijuana is illegal, but talking about like pot and all that, and how it's supposed to help, I mean, I don't know, it makes her just sound crazy, the way she says that. And I'm not saying smoking pot can't be a thing. I don't know, because people don't really know about that. But I'm just going to say you probably don't want to smoke stuff like that, or even like take. I don't even though marijuana is legal in our state, I don't take marijuana. My cousin Abby does, but I don't do it. I don't take marijuana. Marijuana is just something I do not have, do not want, because it's supposed to even you out, make you feel, I guess, better, but it also can, marijuana can also, like, it can have other side effects too, you just don't know, And that's kind of why I don't want it, it could actually be addictive too. I don't know if about the addictive part. I haven't heard anything about it, but that's the reason why I don't want to take it, But the fact again that she says stuff about pot and all that too, and I'm just like, that just makes you sound crazy. It's like up there with Trump, talking about dogs and cats and all that, and I'm just like, I don't know, just kind of stupid, but yeah, I am definitely shocked that Trump won the election and all that, and I don't think everything's going to become absolutely normal, but I think this just shows that people are just fed up with this shit, and it's not getting any better. And with Kamala Harris, being when she was, running and all that, I think the thing is, though, like, in the debate, she flat out said that, like called out Trump in the debate on, like, she flat out called Trump on the debate, and all that, basically saying how Trump is basically how, like I said at the beginning of the video, how the economy was better and all that under her, and not under her, under Joe Biden without him there, and how she's gonna make it better and all that, and that just flat out tells you that she's not going to make it better and all that, and because it's not better, it's worse and all that, and yeah, and I've seen ABC News. ABC News was doing a live video on there. I thought about watching it, but I'm like, I don't want to support ABC News, especially if they're gonna freaking like shit on one side of the election stuff, but not the other. I don't want to freaking support that. I wasn't gonna probably comment. I was just gonna watch it, see people's reactions and all that, but. The fact is that, like, after the last two debates, they did, they did one with Joe Biden and Trump, and then Trump and Kamala Harris. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that, because they don't freaking talk about they only talk about one side and not the other. Like, they were questioning Trump's decisions, but not Kamala Harris's. Like, when Kamala Harris was talking about, as I stated, the whole economy thing, they should have at least pointed out, like the economy is, like you said, the economy is better, but it's actually gotten worse. And under Joe Biden and all that. But that's the thing, though. That's like I said, a lot of social media platforms do this. They're on one side and the other and all that, and people are just freaking sick of it, And that's the thing, though. They were trying to, censor it, trying to get her to win and all that, and they even censored some of my comments. They did. They censored my comments on YouTube, and they ended up not working. Because, like I've said, I think I've said this in the past, just because you censor somebody does not mean it's going to stop, something from happening. It's just going to piss people off. It's going to piss people off. And that's what's happened. People are just fed up with this bullshit. They're fed up with it, And I don't think a lot of people like Trump. I don't really care about the guy myself, but I just want something to get us by for the next 4 years until, another election comes, which I don't know if I'll be voting for or not. I don't know, because I really just don't care about politics. Like I said, I only voted because my dad, was up my butt about that stuff, and I don't want to listen to him, and not me having my own opinion and all that, because I'm still living in this house and all that. The choice was mine. The choice was all mine. He didn't make the decision. I made the decision on who I voted for. He even told me that. So at least it's respectful, but still, just like I'm just saying that I'm surprised that this all happened and all that, but I think I'm probably going to end up letting things go from here, though, because honestly, I'm kind of, my voice is kind of I'm kind of losing my voice right now from talking so much. But one more thing I'll say before I let this go. Remember, guys, if you guys voted for Kamala Harris, you're not bad people. If you voted for Trump, you're not bad people either. You're human. We're all human here. It's how you respond to people's opinions that matter. So, if you're telling a person to go fuck themselves because they vote for somebody, then that's a problem. I've had that happen on Twitter. People flat out told people who are Trump supporters to go fuck themselves and all that, and I'm not okay with that. I am definitely not okay with that. But like I said, we're all human. I don't want people to think I hate them because they voted for Kamala Harris. It's an opinion. But it doesn't mean I can't have my own opinion. It doesn't mean you guys can't either. It's just that's how it works. That's how humans work. But anywho, guys, I love you guys all. Have a happy November. And I'll see you guys later for more videos. Anywho, bye-bye.